Hello everybody, welcome back. So in this video we are going to understand the Leetcode problem number 1752. We have to check if the array is sorted and rotated. So this problem is very important, so we should understand, right? So let's suppose what the question is saying. That the question says that we have given this array. This array is a resulting array which is rotated by array has been rotated, and let's suppose A is a array which is rotated by x position, right? And it results into B array. Okay, so if it results in B, so this array is called B array. This given array is B, but originally it was A. So what is A? So let's suppose the A is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. If original array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So after two rotation, what will happen? You know how the rotation works, right? The very first, if we will rotate this array into a array, let's suppose called the very first position I rotate. So the last element goes to first place, and all the element will move to the next position. So for the very first rotation, what will happen? If the rotation is not happening, we'll say rotation is 0. Okay, in this case rotation is one time rotation happen, right? By 0, by 1, and rotation by 2 if we will do, it will become what? The last element, this 4, will goes to first. It means 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, like this we can say that. Okay, I hope you're understanding. It's very simple problem, so don't need to worry. Okay, keep watching. So this will happen. Now let's talk about that. Okay, so this is called your array B, and this is the given array is called A. So if a array rotated by x position, right, means how many position I told you? We come to x is now is to here, then we got this array B. It means if an array A is rotated by x position and it results into a new array B with the same length, right? We have the same length. In such a way, it is saying that the index at B at index I, or array B at index I, is original index I plus x we will take, and the mode of the length, right, we have to take. So this will be your value. So the new array should be like for every index I. Okay, means if I'll say this is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and originally it was 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, correct? Means if you have to find the array, right, the new index, this index, the rotated array, so how will you find that? If we will say B at 0, means this where it was, means 4. If you want to find the 4 will go to where? So you have to put the at this formula. So let's say the very first we have is I is 0. So how many rotation happen? 2 times rotation happen. So we'll say 2, and then we'll take the mode. What is the length? Is 5, right? And length is A dot length, we can say. Okay, so we'll say here is 4. Correct, guys? No, 5. Length is 5. Okay, so once this is come, so it will become B at what? BI, correct? And the BI will give you how much here is, if you see 0, 1, 2, 3, you will get 3 element, 3 as an index. So like that you have to see, and you will say okay, the original index is the 4 for this 4 element. So this is what we have to do, and if this is the same thing happens, and we'll check okay, this resulting array comes is fine. The resulting array that we build is with the help of this formula, it comes from A is rotated now and it has already become B. In that case, we'll say the array is rotated true and will return the result. So how will you solve this problem? The very first is you take the count, okay, and num's length, right? Why? Because there is a very simple idea, guys, right? A rotation means you are taking some prefix of the array, right? And then you're moving to the end, right? So if we will take some value, let's suppose, right? So this is called, let's suppose we have some prefix of array, right? And you know the prefix of array, right? So, and we will take some values from there and we'll keep moving till the end, okay? So we can say that the very first, the key idea you have given here is in a sorted and rotated array. The array is sorted and rotated. There can be at most one drop place where we can say that nums at I will be greater than nums at I plus 1, right? If you see here, if you'll take this index, right, and this index means there is a 5 is greater than 1, correct? Means if the array is sorted and if the array is rotated, right, there can be at one place, right, at most one, that is called the drop, that there is a drop happens, right? A place where nums at I will be greater than nums at I plus 1, because rotation creates a single break in a sorted array. And that is why we have seen that after 3, 4 and 5, there is a drop happen, and that drop is 1 and 2. So there become two part. The very first is left part and the other is right part that we have talked from last 2 days, right? We can say that, correct? So this is called drop. So because the rotation creates a single break, so we'll say from here to here it is sorted. After that, from here to here it is sorted, and so there is a break, right? So also the circular condition, if we talk about the rotated, right, means the circular conditions, right? So the last element, right, last element goes to the first element, right? We have seen that. So the last element is the first element and should not create a second violation. So that we should also keep in mind, okay? The very first I will tell that what will be our approach. Do not see this code, right? Okay, I just put here, it's fine. But I'll say that, okay, the very first thing you should understand is you should count how many times the nums at I is greater than nums at I plus 1. Can we say that? Very simple, we can say that, right? So if we can count how many times the nums at I is greater than nums at I plus 1, so how many drops happened, right? Then we will check also check if nums at n minus 1 is greater than nums at 0. If you can check this one, so that will also help you, right? Then you have to check if total violation is less than equal to 1. If it is fine, if less than equal to fine, right, then it is valid. Otherwise invalid. Got it? The very first is count how many times the nums at I is greater than nums at I plus 1. Then check if nums at I and nums at n minus 1 is greater than nums at 0, right? Nums at n minus 1 is greater than nums at 0, right? And then check the total valuation. If it is less than equal to 1, then it is valid, otherwise it's not valid, okay? So these are the steps you should try, right? And so we know why we should try, because the array is sorted and the array is rotated, so there can be at most one place where one drop will happen, where the nums at I should be greater than nums at I plus 1, because the rotation creates a single break and in a sorted array, right? So we have to also check the circular condition. The circular condition we have to check is the last element, right? The last element should be uh, uh, the first element, right? The last element should be mapped to the first element and should not create a second valuation, right? That we have to also check like that. Okay, we can say that. Now let's talk about I guess we should talk about this one. Okay, let me give you an example. Let's think what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so we know that the array originally was 1 2 3 4 and 5, right? We have seen this one, correct guys? So we talked about that if this is our original sorted array, right? So let's suppose we have the input we have given is 3 4 5 1 and 2. This is we have a given input array, right? See the example one, right? In this case, what happens if you'll say, okay, what is the drops, right? We can say what is the drop. Drop is 5 is greater than 1 and 1 is you can say how many drop is there? 1 drop, you can say that. Okay, so it is true, we can say it is true. Okay, now let's suppose we have a different input. Okay, the different input is, let's suppose we have 2 1 3 and 4. 2 1 3 4. Okay, now we'll say, okay, what is the drop is here? The very first is, if you see here, we will say 2 is greater than 1. Okay, the very first drop, how many drop you got? 1 drop you got. Okay, but also 4 is greater than 2 now, right? And this create a circular. It is another drop, and that is why I'm saying it should be false. Okay, so these things you should also take care while you are writing the code, right? So if you will do this, right, what will happen? So as simple as if we'll talk about, let's suppose that we'll talk about the intuition, right? We can just simply we can say that sorted a rotated array has only one breaking point. Simple. There should be having only one breaking point. If a sorted rotated array has only one breaking point, so we can think like this, and it should be true, otherwise it's not. Okay, let's come back to the codes to understand here. Okay, so the very first, as we know, we have to find the count, right? And we'll find, so we'll go for with the O1 scan at least one time. O of n scan we will go with, right? So we'll check the condition if nums at I is nums at I plus 1, right? And we'll do the mod n, right? So we'll say if this condition matches, right, it means count plus plus should happen, and that is what we have given here, right? You can see here. So we have to keep checking this value if nums at I is greater than nums at I plus 1, and you will keep the mod n. Okay, so if this condition happens, guys, so basically you will increase the count. So basically we want to check the how many rotation happens. So I'm talking about x, we are taking all the time is only one rotation we are checking. So each time we will check the rotation. Okay, then we'll check with the count. So we'll check, okay, if the count is greater than 1, it means return false. Count should not be greater than false. Okay, and then we'll keep going and we'll check, okay, if it is count is not going is greater than 1, it means return false. Okay, so this is what we are doing, guys. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment box. So basically why this code works, because we check every adjacent pair. What is the adjacent pair? Adjacent pair is this. So we have nums at I, and the next adjacent element will be nums at I plus 1, right? So let's say the very first we'll check is 5 will check with the 1. So there is one adjacent value that we will check. So from here to here we will scan, right? And we'll see that the 5 is greater than 1 time, right? Then we'll check with the 1 is greater than 2 times, so it will not work. 3 is not greater than 4, 4 is not greater than 5, right? 5 is greater than only 1 time, so you will see that there is only one time you will find the count should be 1. If this is happens, means we are good, right? Other than if the array is sorted and rotated, there should be only one decreasing point, and that is why we will make the condition at line number 11. If the condition say count is greater than 1, we'll say return false, otherwise will not say. Okay, so this is what we have in this video, guys. In case if you're struggling with anything, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one. And keep watching ExpertFunda, keep supporting ExpertFunda, like, share the video so you will understand the very good content, right? And if you have any doubt, you can ping me in the comment box, you can join our online classes. And in case you are struggling with anything, let me know in the comment section. And if you want to join our online classes, please ping me on the given number on the you can get it, and on our channel, and then you can connect with me. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one, and keep supporting ExpertFunda. Thank you so much.